Hi everyone, my name is Caroline Sanford, and I am the great-granddaughter of Marceline Hemingway Sanford, the older sister of author Ernest Hemingway. Now, growing up, it was a bit odd having the public talk about my family history and dynamics, when I grew up hearing a bit more to the story than what is widely shared. There is a lot of interest towards Ernest's relationship with his mother, so I thought you may like to hear some of the stories that I heard about Grace Hall Hemingway. For those of you who don't know, Grace was an accomplished musician, having spent her adolescent years preparing for the New York Metropolitan Opera. And in 1895, after her mother's death, she moved to New York to study opera, but decided to return home to Oak Park, Illinois, and marry her neighbor, Dr. Clarence Edmonds Hemingway. When most women would step out of the spotlight after marriage and children, she ran a very successful music studio, often making more money than her husband. In 2017, I had the opportunity to intern with Ken Burns and Lynn Novick's Florentine Films while they were working on their Hemingway documentary. As my internship was ending, they had some interest in my family's stories and asked me to interview my grandfather, James Sanford, the son of Marceline and nephew of Ernest. The following clip is from the interview I conducted where my grandfather talks about his memories of his grandmother, Grace Hall Hemingway.
She went with me from her home in Oak Park down to Chicago. And I wanted to see the planetarium and other things in that area. Well, grandmother was not doing any long walking, so I left her at the train station, and she had a book to read, and she suggested that I go off by myself and told me where I might go. And I had a camera with me, and on the way back to joining her, I took some pictures of the rail yard, and I shortly thereafter was told to stop when I was walking away from taking these pictures and about to enter the train terminal. And a gentleman said that wanted to know why I was taking the pictures, and I said, well, I thought it was interesting. And he said, well, you'll have to come with me. And I thought, well, what's going on? But I followed him, and he took me into a room where there was a number of other people that worked for the train system. And he wanted me to hand over my camera. And I said, no. And he said, well, you must. And I said, no. And I told him what I had taken pictures of. And I said, I did not come here by myself. I came with my grandmother. And he said, well, let's go see your grandmother. So we walked into the terminal, and there was grandmother, bent over, sound asleep in her chair. And I talked to her. I asked her if she didn't mind meeting this gentleman from the train's staff, from the terminal. And she said, what have you done? And I said, I've done nothing but take a picture. She then asked the railroad man if that was wrong. Has he done anything really bad? And she said no. And I said that I can keep my camera and my film. And he said, I guess so. And he turned his back and walked away.